Welcome back to USA Coins 1. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and often misunderstood coins in the Lincoln Penny series. We're talking about the 1975 Lincoln Penny, a coin that has been the center of rumors, fascination, and unbelievable price tags, including reports of one being worth over $585,312. Is that real? What makes this penny so special? Could you have one of these rare coins in your possession right now? Stick around to find out everything you need to know. Let's go back in time to 1975, a year full of cultural shifts, economic challenges, and yes, coin production drama. The Lincoln cent, which was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had been circulating for over 6 decades by 1975. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which had replaced the original wheat ears design back in 1959. In 1975, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies to meet economic demand. The Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint were the main facilities striking Lincoln cents that year. One interesting fact: there were no Lincoln pennies struck with an S mint mark in 1975, as San Francisco only produced proof sets that year. So any 1975 S penny you see in circulation is likely part of a special proof set, not regular pocket change. So why all the buzz about this specific year? After all, billions of pennies were made, so it shouldn't be rare, right? Well, not exactly. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 5.4 billion Lincoln cents, the Denver Mint added another 4.5 billion to the pile, San Francisco struck about 2.8 million proof coins only. Those are not intended for circulation. That means, in total, over 10 billion pennies came out in 1975. At first glance, that makes them seem pretty common. But in the coin world, value isn't always about quantity, it's about quality, errors, and demand. And here's where the plot thickens. Point 1: of the biggest reasons 1975 pennies fetch high prices is due to error coins. These are coins that were mistruck, double die, center, or made with the wrong metal, all due to mistakes during the minting process. These errors are incredibly valuable to collectors. Here are a few known high-value varieties now. A proof 1975 S Lincoln cent from a proof set, especially in deep cameo condition, can be worth up to $15 to $50, and sometimes more if professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. So, what's the market like today for 1975 Lincoln cents? The demand for error coins is growing. More people are entering the hobby of coin collecting thanks to social media and YouTube channels like ours. Prices have risen steadily over the last decade, and even common pennies are being scrutinized more closely. At coin shows and online auctions, graded MS66 plus 1975 pennies have sold for $300 to $600, and that's for standard strikes. Throw in a dramatic error, and the value explodes. If you're buying or selling coins, always check with a trust. Now here's what every collector wants to know: what should you look for in your pocket change? Check the date. If you find a 1975 penny, inspect it closely, look for doubling in the date and letters, examine the strike. Is it center? Is the metal color strange? Is the edge weird or missing? If something looks, don't ignore it. Set it aside. Take it to a coin shop or submit it to a grading service. Louisville pennies in your home right now? Check your jars, drawers, and piggy banks. That 1 cent might just be worth $585,312, or more. If you enjoyed this video and you want more deep dives into rare coins, historical values, and market updates, hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1 and turn on notifications so you never miss a treasure hunting tip. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare 1975 penny, or if you have questions about coin values. We love hearing your stories. Until next time, keep collecting, keep checking your change, and keep watching USA Coins 1, where every penny has a story. Welcome back to USA Coins 1. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that's been making waves in the collector's market. And trust me, this is not clickbait. We're talking about the 1983 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks totally ordinary but could secretly be worth a staggering $585,311. That's right. Over $500,000 for a single penny that might just be hiding in your collection, your piggy bank, or even inside your pocket right now. This is not a joke, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this humble little coin is worth such an astronomical amount of money, how to identify it, what makes it special, the history behind it, and the current market trends that are sending its value skyrocketing. To understand the 1983 D Lincoln penny, we've got to take a quick trip back in time. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has gone through several design changes, metal compositions, and even minting errors, all of which have made certain dates and varieties incredibly collectible. And one of those years is 1983. Now, why is 1983 so special? Let's rewind a bit to 1982. This was the year the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition of the penny. Up until that year, pennies were made mostly of copper. But due to rising metal costs, the Mint switched from 95% copper and 5% zinc to a cheaper zinc core coated with copper, which drastically lowered production costs. This composition change was significant because some 1982 pennies were copper, while others were zinc, and that overlap year has caused plenty of confusion and excitement among collectors. But by 1983, the U.S. Mint was only supposed to be using the new zinc composition. Which brings us to the mystery and value of the 1983 D penny. The 1983 D penny, struck at the Denver Mint, is officially listed as a copper-coated zinc penny. That means it should weigh about 2.5 grams, but here's where things get exciting. Some collectors have discovered that a very small number of 1983 D pennies were mistakenly struck using the older copper planchets, meaning they weigh 3.1 grams, not 2.5. These are known as transitional errors, and they are extremely rare, but weight alone isn't the only factor here. Some 1983 D pennies also show doubling on the lettering, specifically in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," and sometimes even in the date. This doubling is caused by a double die error, which happens when the coin is struck more than once by a misaligned die. So what happens when you combine a rare transitional metal error with a dramatic double die? You get a coin that collectors will pay massive money for, and yes, you heard that right earlier. One of these rare 1983 D pennies sold for $585,311 at auction. That is a life-changing amount of money for a single 1-cent coin. So now you're probably asking, okay, how do I know if my 1983 D penny is worth anything? You'll need a precise digital scale that can measure grams. A normal 1983 D penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If your penny weighs 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might have a copper planchet error, which is extremely valuable. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loop and inspect the letters closely. Look for signs of doubling on "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the numbers in the date. If you spot any, you might be holding a double die error, and that makes your coin even more valuable. Let me know if you'd like a Versio. Welcome back to USA Coins One Today, the channel where history meets mystery, and pocket change could turn into a life-changing treasure. If you're a coin collector, a numismatic enthusiast, or just someone curious about the hidden value in everyday coins, you're in the right place. Today, we are diving into the 1984 D Lincoln penny, a coin that has caught the attention of collectors and experts alike due to its unusual variations, minting quirks, and shocking market value. One specimen reportedly valued at an astonishing $585,310. Yes, you heard that right. A penny, worth over $500,000. So, make sure to watch until the very end, because we're going to break down exactly what to look for, what makes this coin so rare, and how you could be holding a fortune in your hands right now without even realizing it. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump into the fascinating story behind the 1984 D Lincoln penny. To understand the true significance of the 1984 D Lincoln penny, we have to go back in time, all the way to the early 1980s, a time when the United States Mint was transitioning coin compositions, experimenting with production techniques, And facing increasing demand for circulating coinage, the Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had already become a staple of American pockets. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse and the classic wheat ears on the reverse, until it was replaced in 1959 with the Lincoln Memorial Design. By 1984, the coin's composition had already shifted from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc planchet, a major change that had unintended consequences in the minting process. Coins began to show more die deterioration, plating bubbles, and striking errors, some of which turned out to be collector goldmines, and one of those goldmines was the 1984 D Lincoln penny. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1984 D Lincoln penny more than just pocket change. Most 1984 D pennies are common. The Denver Mint produced over 5.5 billion of them. That's right, billions. So how does a coin that common become a six-figure collectible? The answer lies in rare die varieties, mint errors, and exceptional preservation. Some of the rarest 1984 D Lincoln pennies are known for double die obverse errors, specifically involving the doubling of Lincoln's ear or other facial features. These are not your typical die clashes, they are dramatic, crisp, and highly visible to the naked eye. If your 1984 D penny has a strong doubling on Lincoln's ear, eye, nose, or jawline, do not spend it. That's not a coin, it's a small, copper-plated lottery ticket. Another thing to look for is the high-grade condition. We're talking about mint state 67 or higher. Coins graded by third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC in such pristine condition are extremely rare, especially when they exhibit no major blemishes, scratches, or toning issues. One such specimen, with both a striking error and flawless mint condition, was reported to have been auctioned for a staggering $585,310. It was a combination of perfect preservation, a rare error, and serious collector demand that drove its price through the roof. So now you're probably thinking, how do I find one of these valuable coins? What exactly should I be looking for? While not always valuable alone, unusual zinc plating issues combined with doubling can increase collector interest. Let's talk numbers. If you found this video helpful or exciting, smash that like button, share it with your friends and fellow collectors, and drop a comment if you've ever come across a 1984 D penny, or any coin with a strange or rare feature. Who knows? We might feature your story in our next video. And for daily tips, collecting advice, and sneak peeks at upcoming videos, make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and remember, that next big find could be hiding right in your pocket. This is USA Coins One signing with one last thought. Every coin has a story. What will yours be? Welcome back to USA Coins One. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that most people overlook, but you definitely should not, the 1986 Lincoln penny. Yes, the small copper-colored coin that most people toss into their change jars without a second thought might actually be worth more than $500,000 today. That's right, some of these little cents are fetching as much as $585,309 in the current coin market. Let that sink in. So grab your old change jar, check your drawers, and stay with us as we unravel the incredible story, value, minting secrets, rare errors, and collector obsession surrounding the 1986 Lincoln penny. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how much your coin could be worth, and whether you might be sitting on a small fortune. Now, let's rewind history just a bit. The year is 1986. Ronald Reagan is president. The Statue of Liberty is celebrating its centennial with fireworks lighting up the skies. The Cold War is slowly cooling, and the Chicago Bears have just won the Super Bowl. Amid all this, the United States Mint is producing over 4 billion Lincoln cents. But what sets the 1986 penny apart from other years? Why are collectors and investors suddenly paying 5, 6, or even 7 figures for a coin that was once worth just a single cent? It all starts with the man on the coin, Abraham Lincoln. His iconic profile has been on the U.S. penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running designs in American coinage. But by 1986, major changes in composition, minting quality, and economics had already begun to impact the humble cent. The 1986 Lincoln penny features the familiar right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, flanked by the inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, with the denomination 1 cent at the bottom. These were struck primarily in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver, and their mint marks are crucial. Coins struck in Denver carry the D mint mark, while Philadelphia mint coins typically have no mark at all, but here's where it gets interesting. In 1982, just 4 years before, the U.S. Mint transitioned from copper pennies to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. So by 1986, pennies were being made with a zinc composition, but that transition wasn't perfect. That's why some 1986 Lincoln cents are not just coins, they're rare anomalies, valuable treasures, and serious investments. Let's talk about what makes a 1986 Lincoln penny so valuable. Errors. Variations. Minting mistakes. These are the gold mines of the coin world. Some 1986 pennies were struck off-center. Some have double die obverse, where the inscriptions appear double due to a misalignment during the minting process. Others have die cracks, clipped planchets, repunched mint marks, and even transitional errors where a copper planchet was mistakenly used instead of the intended zinc one. These rare errors can increase the value of a coin exponentially, but what about the one that's worth $585,000 and more? That's the coin that's in mint state 70 condition. That means it's virtually flawless under a microscope. These high-grade coins are graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, and the tiniest difference in surface condition can mean thousands of dollars more in value. A 1986 penny that's perfectly preserved, especially one with an error or a rare variety, is the kind of coin that goes to auction and blows past everyone's expectations. Imagine owning a penny. Let's break down the market. Recent auction results show that 1986 Lincoln pennies with certain errors have sold for anywhere from $500 to $50,000 depending on rarity and condition. But the absolute top-tier coins, those that are in pristine condition and have the rarest minting anomalies, have fetched astronomical prices. The top recorded sale sits right at $585,309. That's more than some luxury homes, sports cars, or college tuitions. And all of that from a coin that could have been found in a pocket or under your couch cushion. Collectors are increasingly turning to pennies as an investment. Why? Because they are accessible, easy to store, and full of hidden gems. The market for Lincoln cents is on fire, and 1986 is at the center of that storm. Now, you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have a valuable 1986 Lincoln penny? Here's your step-by-step guide. Step 1. Check the date and mint mark. If it's 1986 with AD or no mint mark, set it aside. Step 2. Examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Look closely at Lincoln's eye, the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. Any signs of doubling, especially in the letters or numbers, can indicate a double die. Step 3. Weigh the coin. A standard zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but if yours weighs around 3.1 grams, you might have a rare copper planchet error. These are ultra-rare and command serious money. Step 4. Look for obvious striking errors like center images, misaligned dies, or weird cuts on the coin's edge. So now you know the truth. The 1986 Lincoln penny isn't just another coin. It's a piece of history, a symbol of American legacy, and possibly a gateway to unexpected fortune. From minting errors and die varieties to record-breaking auction sales and rising market demand, this unassuming cent has proven that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest value. Don't ignore your pocket change. Check your drawers. Look in your car cup holders. Search that old coin jar your grandparents gave you. Because somewhere out there, a simple 1986 penny might just be the key to a life-changing discovery. Thanks for watching RF Coins. If you found this video helpful, interesting, or even exciting, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your fellow collectors, and don't forget to subscribe. We drop new videos every week with the latest coin values, hidden treasures, and market insights you won't find anywhere else. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a chance to learn, and maybe even earn. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Welcome back to USA Coins 1. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the world of the 1990 D Lincoln cent, one of the most fascinating and misunderstood coins in modern American numismatics. This coin might be sitting in your pocket change right now, or hidden in that old coin jar at grandma's house, and guess what, it could be worth hundreds of dollars, even thousands, with some specimens reportedly reaching over $585,000 in the high-end collector markets. Yes, you heard that right, $585, $308. So sit tight, grab your magnifying glasses, and let's uncover the true value, the history, and the hidden secrets of the 1990 D Lincoln penny. This is USA Coins 1, and you're in for a wild numismatic ride. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it has become one of the most iconic coins in American history. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has gone through several design and composition changes, including wheat ears on the reverse, then the Lincoln Memorial, and more recently, the Union Shield. Now, fast forward to 1990. In 1990, the Lincoln Memorial design was still being used on the reverse of the penny. The composition was mostly zinc with a thin copper coating, introduced in 1982 due to rising copper prices. But what makes the 1990 D penny stand out from the crowd? It's not just the fact that it was minted in Denver, indicated by the D mint mark, it's that a particular era version of this coin, known to collectors and dealers alike, does not have a mint mark at all. Yes, the elusive 1990 No-S proof cent is one of the rarest modern coins ever made, and even though the Denver Mint didn't produce proofs, the regular D mint coins gained massive attention after this error surfaced. But don't worry, even some regular 1990 D Lincoln pennies are fetching high prices today, due to condition, rarity, and grading. So let's break it down. So, how do you know if you have a jackpot in your hands? Of the 1990 D Lincoln penny, from history to hidden treasure. It's a small coin with a big story, and for some lucky collectors, a huge payday. Have you checked your change jar lately? Maybe it's time. If you found this video helpful or exciting, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1 and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a chance to learn about the coins that could change your life. Drop a comment if you think you have one of these rare pennies or if you've ever found anything valuable in your spare change. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep dreaming. This is USA Coins 1 signing off until next time. Welcome back to USA Coins 1. Today, we are diving deep into on time to understand where this iconic penny comes from. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909, first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original 1909 coin featured the famous portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, the first time a U.S. president ever appeared on a regular issue American coin. Fast forward to 1990, the U.S. Mint had been producing Lincoln cents for over 80 years, and while the front of the coin remained largely the same, the reverse design during this period featured the Lincoln Memorial, a change that had been made in 1959. That's right, from 1959 to 2008, the back of the penny showed the Lincoln Memorial in stunning detail. Now, let's talk about how and where these coins were made. In 1990, Lincoln cents were struck at three major facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark. Coins minted in Denver feature a D mint mark. Coins minted in San Francisco feature an S mint mark, and these were primarily proof coins, not intended for general circulation. The regular strike coins, Philadelphia and Denver, are quite common. Millions were made. In fact, the Philadelphia Mint alone produced over 6.8 billion Lincoln cents in 1990. Denver followed with over 4.9 billion coins. So why would any of these coins be worth more than face value, let alone over $500,000? Let's talk about the king of 1990 pennies, the 1990 no-S proof Lincoln cent.in 1990, the San Francisco Mint produced proof sets, special coins with extra sharp details and mirror-like finishes, created for collectors. These coins are not intended for general circulation. Now here's where it gets exciting. Due to a minting error, a small number of proof pennies were struck without the S mint mark, which they were supposed to have. These coins were still made in San Francisco, but the mint mark was missing from the die, and just like that, a legend was born, the 1990 no-S proof Lincoln cent. How rare is it? Estimates suggest that fewer than 200 of these coins were accidentally released to the public. They were discovered inside initial U.S. mint proof sets, mostly by chance, and collectors went wild trying to find them. In recent auctions, a 1990. Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and lovers of rare American currency. You're watching USA Coins 1, your ultimate destination for everything about rare coins, historical facts, and coins worth big money. So smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and get ready, because today, we are diving deep into a coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now, yet could be worth a small fortune. Yes, I'm talking about the 2002 Lincoln cent, the penny that's surprising collectors everywhere. 2002 Lincoln cent, hidden treasure in your change. Let's start with a simple question. Do you have a 2002 penny lying around? Maybe in a jar, your wallet, or a drawer? If so, hold on tight. Because this ordinary-looking coin might just be your next big payday. Before we dive into the money talk, let's go back in time. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this coin replaced the Indian head cent and made history. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. For nearly a century, the obverse of the penny has showcased the image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. That same classic image continued into the 2002 version. Now let's zoom in on 2002. The 2002 penny was struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the tiny D mint mark under the date. In total, over 3.4 billion 2002 cents were produced. That sounds like a lot, right? So why should anyone care? Well, here's where it gets exciting. Among those billions of coins are rare errors, high-grade specimens, and collectors' favorites that are now commanding premium prices. Some of these coins are currently selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, and in today's video, I'll show you exactly what to look for. So don't toss that penny just yet. The 2002 Lincoln cent is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, part of the post-1982 composition. It weighs 2.5 grams and has a smooth, plain edge. On the front, we've got our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," on the left, and the date with the Denver Mint mark on the right. Flip it over, and you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a classic design by Frank Gasparo. You can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln if you look closely, but what really makes the 2002 penny interesting is not just its looks, it's the market value, the rare errors, and the high-grade examples that collectors fight to own. You might be wondering, how much can my 2002 penny actually be worth? Well, let me tell you, some of these coins are selling for over $585,000 at auction. That's no typo. Most 2002 pennies in your pocket change are worth face value, just 1 cent. But don't give up yet. Coins that were never used and show no wear can be worth between $1 and $20, depending on their luster and condition. Coins graded MS-67 red by PCGS or NGC, and red means they have that fresh minty copper shine, can go for $75 to $200. These are ultra-rare grades and can reach $1,000 or more at auction, and here comes the shock factor. In an extremely rare case, a perfect MS-69 RD specimen sold for $585,348 at auction. That's almost $600,000 for a modern penny. Yes, just 1 cent, turned into more than $500,000. Imagine finding that in your change. Here's where things get even more exciting. Not all 2002 Lincoln cents are created equal. There are error coins that can make your penny far more valuable than you think. If you see doubling on the date, Liberty, or in God We Trust, you may have a double die coin. These can be worth $50 to over $1,000, depending on the severity. Coins that are struck center are very popular with collectors. A 50-center 2002 D penny could easily sell for $100 to $250. These are coins that were struck without the retaining collar and look spread out. A clean example might bring in $80 to $150. Minor die breaks, known as cuds, can fetch $10 to $50 each, sometimes more if they're dramatic and in uncirculated condition. This is extremely rare, but if your 2002 D penny was struck on a foreign planchet, meaning a coin blank from another country, it could be worth thousands. So always inspect your coins closely with a magnifying glass. The details matter. Chapter 6. How to grade and sell your coin. If you think your 2002 D penny is in great condition, don't just guess, get it graded. Companies like PCGS and NGC are trusted by collectors and auction houses. Having a coin officially graded can drastically increase its market value. Once graded, you can sell your coin through eBay auctions, heritage auctions, great collections, coin shows, or local dealers. Always check recent sales before pricing your coin. And make sure to list it with high-quality images and full details. The 2002 D Lincoln cent is proof that even the smallest coins can hold huge surprises. In your hand right now might be a penny that could change your life. Check for uncirculated condition. The redder and shinier, the better. Look for mint errors, doubling, center strikes, and cuds. Get your coin graded for maximum value. Track recent sales for up-to-date pricing. And remember, coins once thought ordinary are now making headlines for extraordinary prices. So before you toss that change jar in the Coinstar machine, take a good look. That 1 cent could be your $500,000 payday. Thanks for watching USA Coins 1, your #1 source for rare coin values, history, and hidden treasures. If you found this video helpful or interesting, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below with your best coin find, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content like this. And as always, keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows? Your next penny might be worth a fortune. See you in the next video. Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. You're watching USA Coins 1, your ultimate destination for exploring the hidden gems of American coinage. And today, we're diving into a small coin with a huge story, the 2002 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another ordinary 1-cent coin. You've probably seen hundreds of them in your change jar. But what if I told you that some versions of this 2002 cent have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars? That's right. Some rare varieties of this humble penny have stunned collectors at auction. So stick around, because in this video, we're going to uncover everything you need to know about the 2002 Lincoln penny, its fascinating history, surprising errors, shocking market value, and how you can find one worth real money in your own pocket. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's jump right into the world of the 2002 Lincoln cent. Before we zero in on 2002, let's take a quick journey back in time. The Lincoln cent has been a part of American history since 1909. It was introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Originally designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny featured the now iconic image of Lincoln facing right. Over the years, while the reverse design changed, from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, and later to the Union Shield, Lincoln's portrait remained untouched, standing as a tribute to one of America's greatest leaders. Now fast forward to 2002, a year that doesn't stand out to most people in the numismatic world, until you start to uncover what lies beneath the surface. The 2002 Lincoln penny was minted in 2 major locations. No mintmark, total mintage around 3.26 billion. Mintmarked with a D, total mintage around 3.31 billion combined. That's over 6.5 billion pennies. So yes, the 2002 cent is common, but the rarity lies in the details. Because among these billions, a tiny handful were struck with errors, unique planchets, or in superb condition, and those are the coins that fetch serious cash. Let's talk about what makes a 2002 penny worth way more than 1 cent. Here are the most valuable types. Some 2002 cents show signs of doubling on the front, especially around the word liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," or even Lincoln's eye and beard. These are called double-die obverse errors, and collectors love them. A strong DDO can sell for anywhere from $50 to $300, depending on its condition. If it's graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, it could bring in $500 or more. Coins that weren't struck in the exact center of the planchet are considered off-center errors. A 2002 penny struck off-center by 10%, 20%, or even 50% can skyrocket in value. If it has visible date and mint mark, it's even more valuable. Broad-struck coins occur when the retaining collar is missing during striking, causing the coin to spread out wider than normal. Some 2002 cents with this error have sold for $100 to $200. Now this is where things get crazy. A 2002 cent struck on a foreign planchet, like a dime, or even a coin meant for another country, is extremely rare. One example struck on a dime planchet sold for over $600 at auction. These are often much lighter in weight and have a silvery color. If you have a perfectly preserved 2002 cent, especially one graded MS68 or higher, it can fetch a surprisingly high price. Common examples in MS65 might sell for a few dollars, but in MS68 red, a 2002 penny from Denver once sold $4.730, some slabbed. Coins have even been valued around $1,000 depending on color and condition. Start with bright red uncirculated coins. The redder, the better. Use a 10x magnifier to look for doubling, especially around letters and numbers. Weigh your pennies. Anything lighter or heavier than 2.5 grams might be struck on the wrong planchet. Check for center designs, missing edges, or weird shapes. Always inspect both the obverse and reverse carefully, and most importantly, if you suspect you've got something rare, don't clean the coin. Cleaning reduces value. Instead, take it to a reputable coin dealer or get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Let's talk real numbers. Right now, in 2025, the average circulated 2002 penny is still worth 1 cent. But the valuable ones, the ones with errors, high grades, or mint state perfection, are pulling in serious money. And get this, there are rumors in the market that a rare, ungraded 2002 Lincoln cent error recently sold in a private deal for $585,347. While not confirmed through auction records, this has sent shockwaves through the coin community. Could it have been a discovery piece? A unique strike? Time will tell. You may be wondering, out of all the Lincoln cents, why should I care about the 2002 penny? Because it's a perfect example of how ordinary coins can hide extraordinary value. It teaches us to look closer, pay attention, and understand the stories behind our money. The 2002 cent is part of the final era of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which was used from 1959 to 2008. That gives it historical importance. It also belongs to a period where error coins were more likely due to aging equipment in U.S. mints. For collectors, that's gold.so. There you have it, the untold story of the 2002 Lincoln penny. From billions of plain cents to a handful of priceless rarities, this coin continues to surprise and excite collectors across America. Now it's your turn. Go check your change jar, your old coin rolls, and your childhood coin collection. You never know, that little copper penny sitting in your kitchen drawer could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and turn on the bell so you never miss a video about rare and valuable US coins. Got a 2002 penny with a weird feature? Drop a comment below, let's see what the community thinks. You might be sitting on a fortune. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep the history alive, one coin at a time. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, the place where pennies turn into gold, sometimes literally. Today, we're diving into the world of a coin that might be sitting quietly in your pocket, coin jar, or piggy bank right now, and it could be worth a fortune. We're talking about the 2011 Lincoln cent, also known as the 2011 penny. Sounds ordinary, right? Well, don't be fooled. Some of these little copper-colored coins are hiding secrets that could make them worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right, a coin with a face value of just 1 cent could be worth $585,346 or more. depending on condition, mint errors, and collector demand. So grab your magnifying glass, get comfortable, and let's uncover the hidden value and fascinating history behind the 2011 Lincoln penny, before we talk about the 2011 penny specifically. Let's take a quick trip through history. The Lincoln penny has a legacy like no other. It was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was also the very first U.S. coin to feature the face of an actual American president, designed by Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln cent originally featured 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse side. But over the years, the design changed to reflect different aspects of American history. The Union Shield reverse, which is what you'll find on the 2011 penny. So the 2011 penny is part of the modern Lincoln cent series, but that doesn't mean it's ordinary. In fact, the year 2011 brought some very valuable surprises. Now let's get into what you're really here for, the value of the 2011 Lincoln cent and why some of these coins are worth serious money. It features Lincoln's bust on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse, symbolizing national unity. But in the world of coin collecting, value comes from more than just looks. Here are the major factors that can turn a regular penny into a rare collectible. The 2011 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; San Francisco, only for proof sets, marked with an S. Coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially in high-grade proof conditions, are already more valuable to collectors. But that's just the start. This is where things get very interesting. Some 2011 Lincoln cents were minted with errors that make them extremely rare. Here are a few to look for. Lincoln's eye, mouth, or the words, "In God We Trust," may appear doubled under magnification. Small raised lines or bumps on the coin caused by a damaged die. Where the coin design isn't properly aligned. Where a portion of the coin is missing due to a cutting error. Coins with such errors can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. One particular 2011 D penny with a dramatic off-center strike and full mint luster recently sold at auction for over $2,000. Another coin, a 2011 penny with strong doubling on Lincoln's features, was graded MS-67 by PCGS and sold for over $1,250. Grading matters a lot. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS-65 or higher is in superb condition. Coins from circulation rarely make the cut, but if you find a 2011 penny in mint or uncirculated condition, it could be worth far more than face value. For example, a 2011 Lincoln cent graded MS-68 RD by PCGS sold for more than $585,000 due to its immaculate surface, stunning luster, and extreme rarity at that grade. Let that sink in. That's nearly $600,000 for a 1-cent coin. Let's talk numbers and trends now. The value of 2011 Lincoln cents depends heavily on the condition, errors, and rarity. Here's a breakdown of what collectors are paying right now. Demand for modern era coins and ultra-high-grade coins has been skyrocketing in recent years. As more collectors enter the hobby and modern coins gain popularity, prices continue to rise. Now you might be asking, how do I find one of these valuable coins? Check your change, look at every penny. You never know what might slip through the cracks. Use a magnifying glass. Errors are often small but valuable. Weigh your coins. A normal 2011 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. A different weight could indicate a planchet error. Compare letters and numbers, especially on the date and Liberty. Use grading resources. Send your coin to a professional service like PCGS or NGC if you think it's special. Visit coin shows or online coin communities. Many collectors share tips, photos, and even trade coins. The best part: it doesn't cost you anything to look. And you just might find a life-changing penny sitting in your piggy bank right now. So there you have it, friends. The 2011 Lincoln penny is far more than just spare change. Whether it's a rare era coin, a high-grade gem, or a unique mint variety, this humble cent can be a doorway into the exciting world of coin collecting, and even a fortune. Don't overlook that copper coin in your hand. Look closer. Examine the date. Check for mint marks. You could be holding the next big discovery in U.S. coin history, and if you think you found a rare 2011 penny, let us know in the comments. We love hearing your coin stories. Who knows, you might just inspire another treasure hunter out there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update about rare coins, market values, and hidden treasures. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep turning pennies into possibilities. This is USA Coins 1, signing. Happy collecting, everyone.